goals is intoxicating. If I were to say right now that I'm going to sell 1,000 homes this month and that's my goal, it feels really cool to say that, but I know that I can't sell 1,000 homes this month, and I'm not going to approach that goal with the same intensity that if I were to say 20. 20 is doable. I've done that before. I can do that again. Maybe I say 25. That's reachable. But if I go for 25 and I hit 20, that's still a win. But if I go for 1,000 and I hit 600, nice, right? But you have to be realistic in knowing that if you're gonna set a humongous goal, like me, if I set 1,000 homes a month, you have to be prepared that you know that's not realistic, and you should set a goal that you think you can achieve unless you're an all-star. And if you're an all-star, you're the kind of person that gets up at 4:30 in the morning and is always looking for a way to push yourself to get better and better. You're going to be the one that wants to set the 1,000 homes a month goal. And you really are the one that'll hit 600 or 700. But for the average person, you're going to be uncomfortable setting, I'm just using homes per month because that's my world. But if you're saying 20 homes a month and you hit 8, is that really a loss? I think big goals are good. Goals that scare the living hell out of you are good. Can you set too big of a goal? No, you can't. But if you're new and you're just getting into personal growth and you're trying to build habits like go to the gym regularly, eat the right things regularly, save a little money regularly, the beginning stages of personal growth, if that's who you are, make it more realistic for you, because your goal right now is really just to keep doing it. If you just keep doing what you're doing and increasing the intensity over time with realistic goals, you'll get there. I hope that you can get to the place where the guy who wakes up at 4:30 in the morning and hits all of his goals and decides he's going to set a goal of 1,000 houses a month, knowing that if he doesn't hit it, he still won. That's next chapter. But if you're in this chapter, set them realistic, and remember that if you make a goal to get up on time every week and you miss one day, you still got up 6 times on time. And that's something to be celebrated too. So whether you're beginning stages or advanced, then just keep making it so that you keep going up. Getting through setbacks, hurdles. There will not be a time where there isn't a setback. Markets don't go straight up. There's always this. And that goes for fitness, business, stock market, real estate market, anything. There's always going to be setbacks. How do you get through the setbacks? Zoom out. That's how you do it. You zoom out. Look at the big picture, the whole graph. In real estate, everybody gets in these ultra focused periods where they're lead generating and they're doing the right things and they're making money, and then they get busy with all the work they just created, and they're too busy to do the things that got them the work in the first place. So they stop prospecting. They get too busy for that. There's a peak and a valley. Consistency in your schedule is going to solve a lot of that. Focusing on the plan, that's what will get you through the hurdle. You don't want to focus on the problem. If you start focusing on the problem, that's what's going to get bigger, is the problem. You'll find more of them too. But if you focus on the plan, that's why you got to start with a plan. Don't just go to the store looking for a place to put your money. Start with a grocery list and you'll do better. Start with a plan, and then you'll be able to revert back to it when things start to suck, and they will sometimes. But when things start to suck and you don't know where to go, that's when you're going to have panic. But if you had a plan when you started and you trust that it was a good plan, stick to it when things start to suck, and things won't suck as much soon. Making yourself a priority, a lot of people say they feel selfish doing it, but let's remember for a second that making yourself a priority means doing things that aren't pleasant too. Making yourself a priority means that you have to go to the gym. Self-love. You got to take care of your body. And you can't drop your body off at the gym and pick it up later. So a lot of people say, oh, well, if I take the time to care for myself, I'll be neglecting my children, or I'll be neglecting my friends, or whatever you're going to be neglecting. Really what you're doing is avoiding the pain of doing the work, though. So taking the time for self-care means doing the hard things that aren't necessarily always pleasurable. It means sometimes doing work on yourself, going to therapy, maybe taking medication, maybe taking time to meditate and clear your head. And exercise is nature's number one antidepressant and anti-anxiety medication, exercise. But that's not what people want to hear. They want to hear a solution that doesn't involve them working. They want to hear a solution that is a shortcut or some kind of a workaround. And the truth is, taking time for self-care means doing the hard things. So remember that when you come up with the excuse that you're going to not care for yourself because you don't want to take time away from your family, let's remember for a second that when you actually do take care of yourself, even though you don't want to, you add years to your life and it gives you more time with your family. So you're not being selfish. What you're being selfish doing is not taking care of yourself. By neglecting your health, you're hurting your fellow taxpayer because we're all paying your bill, and you're hurting your family by taking years off your life. So stop using the excuse that you're trying to avoid being selfish and start looking in the mirror and saying, you know what, I really don't feel like working out, but I'm gonna anyway, and take the time and do it. Take away from your Netflix time, take away from your video game time, take away from your trivia night time, whatever it takes. Take the time and invest it in yourself. Start with a book. I'd recommend a self-help book. You know, there's a ton of them I can put in the comments. I've read a lot. But take the time for yourself and do that for your family. Do that for your friends. Do that for the people you care about because you're going to add time to your life.